Today is the start of a new type of content that I plan to do on my channel, which is taking a bunch of my games, analyzing the matchup, seeing how I play, because I believe that learning from example is the best way to learn a game. And also, it's cool to talk about like specific stuff, generalizations and whatnot. But really, like, you can only understand the game if you look at a real game example, not, let's say, certain scenarios that could happen. No, it's just want to look at as many games as possible and learn from as many games as possible. And that's what I want to do here today. So, first of all, let's talk about this matchup, all right? Jinx Trash against Annie and Tristana. How do we look at it? How do we analyze it? Usually, I look at two things, really. First off is who has the higher range, because usually if you have higher range, I mean, you can hit them, they can't hit you. It's pretty good, right? It's pretty damn nice. But then you also want to look at important abilities, because let's say here we have Thresh Hook. Damn, we have Thresh Hook. Is that crazy? That's OP. But, you know, Thresh Hook misses. We gotta maybe play back a bit. Or, you know, wanna look at their lane here. Okay, they have the any stun, Tristana jumps on us. You gotta think about all those things, alright? So, first of all, let's start with the basics. Regardless of matchup, I think it's a good idea to try to do what I'm doing here right now. Okay, trying to get level 2. I'm trying to go for level 2, right? That's what I try to do all the time. Because if you get level 2 first, you have an extra ability. You kind of just win every matchup regardless, right? And then, yeah, if you have the Raven Blitz, maybe you don't want to do it because they just hook you level 1 and you die. It could happen, right? But you learn the matchups as you go. And if you see that matchup in the future, after you die to it level 1, you maybe chill. Yeah, but you want to try to go for level 2, and that's what I'm doing here as well. I'm like, okay, I mean, Thresh has range as well, they have double range as well, let's try to go for level 2. But the biggest problem I have here is the fact that, as you can see here, Thresh missed the hook. Look at that. So now it's like, oh, even though we would get level 2, I mean, we don't have Thresh hook yet. It's not going to be back on cooldown in time. And also, when it comes to matchups, something important to keep in mind as well is you need as an ADC to think about what my support wants. Do you think my support here, my Thresh, wants me to push this wave into the enemy turret where like he cannot hook and where we could get ganked and they could follow easily on us and they have the CC to CC us for, you know, the jungle? We don't want that. So here, you know, I try to go for level 2. It's kind of even. And then I say, you know what? I'm not hitting the minions here anymore. Tristana, you take the lead, go hit those minions. And now look, the wave is coming to us. I'm staying here, holding the wave, don't let it crash. And now what, Tristana? Now what, Annie? What are you gonna do? What can you do now? Look, they're AFK, they can't do anything. It's just, they are stuck, they can't do anything here. And that's what you want to accomplish in your lane. Hold the wave in a more defensive position here. If it's better, you have melee support, you don't want to get ganked, and so on. Or, if let's say you have like a Zyra or a mage support, and you think you could play very aggressive poke enemies under turret because they have an enchanter or something, hey, maybe you could do that instead. But you just gotta figure out what you wanna do. And how to do that? Look at your support, see what they want, and also look at the range. And you gotta like learn as you go. But honestly, a lot of the times it's okay to just choose whatever you want, one of the options. Do I freeze, do I push? And after you do it, if it works, great, I'm gonna do it again. If it doesn't, I just stop doing it. So this matchup right now, it's very simple. I'm doing nothing, I'm holding the wave here. See, she pushes a wave, I'm holding the next one here. I'm not hitting the minions. There's no reason to hit these minions. Why would I hit the minions here right now? For what? I don't care. Shaco killed Aurora mid. I don't care if any moves. They still have number advantage. And in this case, oh, Tristana and Annie are here. Thresh moved. Guess what? I'm just chilling. Look, I'm doing nothing. I'm farming. And honestly, in League, especially with Jinx, because, you know, I'm talking about Jinx primarily, if you do less, you actually do more. So here again, I just get the melee and the casters. I just hold the casters here. I'm just chilling. I ping SS, but whatever, my teammates, you know, they left. But I don't see a reason to leave right now. It's too far. This time Annie left first anyway. So it's not like there's a need for me to do anything. And yeah, look, Tristana comes back because there's nothing to do for her. Just chilling with the wave here. And that's it. And that's the beauty of playing Jinx, honestly. All of the times you're allowed to do nothing. And also, by the way, against a champion like Tristana, it's cool to keep in mind the fact that Tristana can never freeze. Because she has the E passive, the explosive charge passive, whatever it's called. And, she just pushes every minion. Hits a minion, pushes the wave. It's crazy. And now let's talk about what happened here, okay? So this is where, by the way, in this series, I'm not playing perfectly. And this is why what I meant by learning from examples. I'm not going to play perfectly. Here, after getting these minions, Tristana is going to push this wave, and I can't really go hit the wave right now. There's no reason to. It's going to push towards me. I don't need to hit it anyway. I'm going to grab it under there, no problem. So instead of going forward for some reason, right now I have a ward here. I have a ward ready. I could go place a ward in the tribush to prevent what happens here in the future. I should just place a ward in tribush, and this never happens anymore. I made a mistake, So all the time, remember, this is what I call a ward timer. You just clear the wave. Next waves need to meet. Until they meet, you have time where you don't need to be on the wave. So you can go place vision, place your ward. It's so good. I still don't do it sometimes, especially when I'm, it's easy to overlook when you're still playing in a defensive position next to your turret. I mean, it doesn't matter. They have instant CC. So what if I'm here? They still go on me. And the reason why I'm flashing here is because, you know what? I decide I want to still have some HP to play. Because if I don't flash, I only barrier maybe. Here I could have barriered maybe as well to preserve more health. Basically what would happen is I'm too low HP to stay in lane. They can dive me. They can get the enemy jungler to kill me as well. So I'm just saying, yeah, I'll just flash so I can play the lane still. If I don't flash, I can play the lane. And that's about it. And yeah, we are just back to chilling, back to doing nothing, back to holding the wave. That's it. But then, let's look at this moment here. Then we pushed, and now they're not showing. They left. Maybe they are roaming, but there's something else. So, now my moment is, it's my moment to make a decision, to think about, okay, what do we do here? So, looking at the map, the junglers, the mid laner are doing things on mid lane, whatever. But then, okay, look, my Annie is going towards mid. Thresh is kind of around here. But my worry is, what if Tristana is in this bush right here? That's why I ping assistance for my Thresh to maybe help me. But here I'm just thinking as well the fact that Tristana most likely recalled. Right? I W the bush. I don't spot her. You know what? I'm saying screw it. If she's in the middle bush, she's gonna kill me, whatever. But Tristana most likely recalled here. What I could do is place chompers here and farm the wave this way. This way Tristana can go on me. I didn't want to do it because I wouldn't have enough mana to push the wave fast enough, but something to keep in mind. Here I'm risking a little bit, but it just makes sense. Like after you play League for a while, there are some patterns that form. And here, Tristana should just recall. She should just recall. Cool. Now, let's talk about why I recall here. And why don't I push the wave? I can go help here. Look, there's a fight happening. My teammates, my Thresh, my Shaco, low HP, they're fighting. If I don't go, they're going to flame me. They're going to spam pig me. I don't like that. Guess what? I don't recall. You know why? Because if I don't recall now, I go help. Then Tristana comes bot lane. She's full HP. She has BF sword already. I have nothing. If I go bot, I'm playing half HP with no items against full HP Tristana with item. Or if I recall after the fight, guess what? I lose an entire wave and she gets plates. No. You might go here to win this fight short term. Which, by the way, the fight is still quite far away. It's going to take a while to reach. You're not going to make it in time anyway. And it's just not worth it in the long term. When you play Jinx, a scaling ADC, you need to think about things in the long term. That's more important. So, now let's talk about this next sequence, which is a little funny little fight that happens. And honestly, the decision to join the fight here is good. Fight is very close. I'm already here. Yeah, we can take the fight. But I make a mistake, which is I take the lantern. I take the lantern. And, if you take the lantern, you know what happens? You go melee to the enemies. That's something you should never do as an ADC, especially as Jinx. Maybe if you're Kai'Sa, right? But not even Kai'Sa. Well, I'm instead, I'm between enemies. What the hell am I doing? So, join the fight, correct decision. Right, I'm going here, I'm placing the chompers. I could place chompers better. I could place chompers to prevent Tristana from joining the fight. I think that would be even better. So I could just hit any, maybe hit Rek'Sai safely. Chompers prevent Tristana from going on me. I think that's the best utilization. At least I throw them in the fight though. That's the good habit to have, just throw the chompers in. But then, instead of taking the lantern, which I intentionally take, it's not like I misclicked. My cursor was pinpoint like a homing missile on that lantern. If you can look at the replay here, look at my mouse. It's just, look at this. I hit, look at me, it's just going on it. And instead, you know what I could do? I could just stay here and hit Annie from max range. She's half HP, Thresh switched focus, Shaco is closer to her. It's probably tunnel vision on this, because we all know junglers, they really wanna farm. But I just hit Annie. If I hit Annie, you know, Tristana gets feared, then I switch target maybe to Tristana. But, like, yeah, why the hell am I going melee to Rek'Sai? Yeah, I just did that. But that's what happens. It's so lucky. You know, you eat sometimes. But it's good to look at your own mistakes, because you just learn from them. So just gotta be a bit more careful. Try to front to back no matter what as Jinx. That's the rule. Alright, and then we go back to lane, and guess what? We do the same thing. We do nothing. We hold a wave here, and yeah, that's about it. Then what happens? We get a hook. So let's look at this. A hook happens. My W is useless, by the way. I wasted it. But look, a hook happens. I place chompers. That's it. Boom, done. Hooked in the chompers. Look at that. Amazing. Chompers OP. A lot of people, they don't want to place chompers for some reason. You just want to make sure you place chompers. And then the flay happens. We just trade. We deal a lot of damage. I overtrade a little. Maybe I should have backed off so I don't take damage from any. It's still okay. It's fine. We're still chilling. And we just farmed this under turret. What happened to Tristana here? She just said, I'm out. Yes, she did. Alright. And now, I'm seeing that they're half HP. So in my mind, I'm thinking we could maybe look for a fight. If a hook happens, I have my ultimate chompers. We could maybe try to go all in. That's kind of what I'm thinking right now. Because on Jinx as well, yeah, you want to play defensive in these kind of lanes most of the time. But you need to know how to just switch. How to pull that lever and just switch. How to go aggressive from playing passive. And if I say I have a health advantage, you know, that's, you know, a sign I could maybe try to go in. But it all really depends, like, of course, need to adapt to what Thresh is doing. If he lands the hook or not. Here he misses, so I'm like, okay, he doesn't have a hook. Maybe I don't want to step up. I'm just gonna maybe try W to farm minions. I was a bit late, but I just don't want to get, right? When we think about the matchup in the early game, we've been talking about the matchup in the early game. You know, we have the hook chompers, they have the Tristana jump and any jump. At level 6 especially, Annie can flash and ult me. If she flash ults me, Tristana jumps in, what chance do I have? I cannot survive. So that's another reason why I'm playing super defensive, very safe. I don't want to get close. And here, enemies disappear after pushing, so I'm like, yeah, we should, you know, they probably recalled. I'm just gonna ping my Thresh to check the bushes for me, and I'm gonna focus on the minions. And that's what happens, and now we recall. Cool, very good. So yeah, in lane you just wanna match recalls as much as possible for sure. And while I'm going here from the base towards the turret, I'm looking at the map, maybe I can get an ultimate, and I'm thinking, okay, what's happening on bot? What do I do? How do I join this? And here we have an Annie that's placing some vision. Very aggressive from Annie, especially because she's late here. You know, we are back by this time. And here, guess what? A lot of you guys here might start basic attacking the Annie. Might start throwing your W at her. But guess what I do? I walk up, place chompers. And then we think about everything else. So chompers on Jinx are just so lore accurate. They work half the time, but you know, when they work really well. And it's just, if you play around your chompers really well, you know how to use them, man, you're gonna have a lot of success on Jinx. So after the Annie kill, I decided to go back on my minion wave. Okay, because waves are power, and also I see Tristana roaming. So instead of fighting there, I decide I'm gonna push bot first. And then I'll go and see what's up with the Drake and everything. Because You're an ADC that scales. You really want to prioritize waves. You don't care if fight's happening. I would maybe, and that's it, right? But if I don't grab this wave, it's like takes 30 seconds more until I get to scale. That's not cool. So I just get away first, and then I go. My teammates, a couple of them died. If I went instantly, maybe I would have made a difference. But I don't care. I really want to play for my waves. That's it. If teammates go and invade when I have a wave, it's their fault, not mine. It is what it is, right? Yeah, adapting to what teammates do is very good, but you should also trust yourself more than you trust teammates. Trust yourself knowing, you're going to make the right decision. And here, in the end, spoiler alert, I'm not too late. Look, we still get a kill on Tristana. And then we land a nice W. We also get the kill on Annie. Was I too late after pushing bot? Not at all. That's it. We still won the fight. And that's what's going to happen most of the time. And here, when I press recall, by the way, look at this little thing I'm doing. I press B, and I'm looking at the wave instantly. Okay, what's happening in the wave? We analyze the wave. What's happening? Here, if you don't touch the wave will naturally push towards us because it's very even. This minion is going to die under turret, and it's on their side, which means then my minions are coming first to reinforce the wave, so they're stronger for a little bit until my wave arrives. So they're going to win. They're going to push towards me. So I decided, I can just recall. Do we do Drake? No. Because if we do Drake now, right, first of all, Shaco low HP, Thresh low HP, we do Drake now. It takes a long time to do it. When we are done doing it, they're already bot lane. They're bot lane, we didn't recall yet. We lose wave, we lose turret plate. Not worth. Just don't do Drake yet. Look for a better opportunity. It's very easy to get baited by Drake. Here, for example, Shaco also knows, so he goes farms Raptors, he knows, right? But in your games, junglers might not know this stuff. So you gotta make sure you get those resets in. It's very important to reset back. Otherwise, you're just gonna lose such a big wave. Right? Imagine we would be finished with Drake, maybe, but now the Tristana's here losing their wave. Not good. Alright, so here we have something very funny happening. Something I didn't expect, which is Annie is a camper. She's waiting for me in that bush. And look what I do instantly. This is something a lot of people might not do, but flashing properly is a skill you need to learn. Why would you flash after you get stunned? After you get hooked? When you could flash before she uses W. I also throw chompers, panic chompers, just throw the chompers. And now I don't get stunned. I don't lose my HP bar. Tristana can't jump on me, right? Because here, if I'm stunned right here, still, there's no hook anymore. Oops, I'm kinda in trouble. Tristana me, and then she jumps on me when I flash away, and it's too late. Even with flash, it's too late at this point. So you gotta make sure you flash before you get CC'd. Right? You gotta, it's a bit hard to master this because sometimes you're like, I don't know if they're gonna kill me or not, if they flash stun me here or not. But just do it. Flash before so you don't regret it later. Because now look, we have Shaco coming. I'm full HP. I'm full HP to fight this. We can do this. We can go crazy. And now we get her flash as well, right? We didn't kill them, at least we got a flash. Imagine I died here. Shaco could not do this at all. Drake is up. We would lose Drake as well if I don't flash. It's crazy, actually. And now, also, because the wave is still on our side, here, look, I'm not pushing the wave. I want enemies to walk up. I want them to be in a dangerous position. And because of this, look, just go, they're greedy for it. It's just very greedy. This is what ADCs will do. Like in League, if you just play safe, play chill all game, enemies will make a mistake eventually. And look, that's what happens. She just walks up too much. Now we have an opportunity to go on them. Right? Here, maybe I shouldn't take Lantern again. I should just stay further away and hit Annie because I get stunned because of it. But whatever, we got the Annie kill. Let's go. Because we made them go forward like it is. And now we can finally push the wave. And now we are looking for a dive or something. But we need to talk about this sequence. Because this sequence, I missed something very crucial. And I wonder if you can spot it right now. This looks like a very good fight. Me and my boy Thresh here shake over the wall against Tristana and Rek'Sai. Tristana's like half. I have barrier up. Look, this looks good, right? I'm pinging my teammates. Help me. Let's go. Looks very good. But look what I didn't notice something very, 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 very important. It's so important. And it's gonna happen so soon, sooner than you realize. The TP, whatever, you can always think about the TP. But Aurora is here, what? My Zoe is behind me, how is Aurora here? I have vision and everything. Oh, that was awkward. That was bad. Well, if you rewind a little bit, and I don't tunnel vision here, it's very clear to see that on the map, Zoe and Aurora are here. And they're fighting each other. They're fighting each other. Aurora goes back to the river. She's above me right now. She's up. I have an Aurora here, somewhere above me. I'm still looking at bot lane. I could maybe try to ping, kill Aurora or do something. I have no idea. So that's what's gonna happen sometimes. It is what it is. Mistakes like this happen. It's good to just pick your eyes and don't autopilot. When you wanna do a decision, make a decision, hit a turret, let's say, maybe look at the map first. See what's up. See where your mid laners are, because you never know. And then maybe go with it or just back off accordingly. But anyway, moving on here. I see Aurora and Tristana mid lane and any mid lane. So I'm like, wait, bot lane and mid lane are mid lane? It means nobody is here bot to get a wave, because why would the jungler be bot lane to get a wave? I'm making this assumption, you know? Making assumptions in League is not great all the time, but sometimes when I have enough information, why not? I saw them. I just saw them. I can just hit a turret here for free. Nobody's gonna stop me, right? And I also have vision. I have vision, the wards, and look, I see them. I'm out. Cool. So I didn't risk anything. I just got some free turret damage. Okay. Then we have a funny little. Let's talk about this. We land a W, which I have no idea. This is what we call the height terrain difference. Look, this W never should land. You know, it's you know, this is the edge of the hitbox, you would imagine. And Annie is over here. Like, even if you include the shield, it's over here. It never lands, right? Well, you'd be surprised that because I'm above her, she's in the river, which is lower than up here. My skill shot is up. Oh, the river is down. Uh-oh. Boom, done. That's how it works. that's the hitbox. It is what it is, right? Riot, fix please. But yeah, that's why we need League of Legends 2.0. We need League of Legends 2 because they gotta fix these issues. And also look at this discipline here from me. If I take the lantern, you know what could happen? Annie just uses ult on both, and then Tristana jumps on me and I'm dead. So I decide I'm not taking lantern, I'm going around. I have Shaco here, I'm just gonna wait. I'm gonna pretend I'm weak. Pretending I'm weak. And oh, look at that. Oh, we have Shaco, surprise. We don't get a kill, but you know, the Shaco surprise is there. Actually, we do. I remember this. I decide to join this because it looks amazing. And we do get a kill on Annie now and on Tristana. And it's just amazing. Just perfect. Very nice. And now that enemies are dead, guess what? It's time for me to push and maybe get turret. Or, now Aurora is bot lane. Wait, Aurora is bot lane? I can't push anymore. Oh look, my attention goes on Drake now. Let's maybe do Drake then, guys. Let's go Drake. And that's what we do. We do Drake instead. And then I go back, catch my wave. Very good. That's what that's like the flow. You want to have this flow constantly. Like, you got kills, you want to do something. Oh, you try to do something, they don't like to do something else. Go play with this flow. And now also what I'm doing here is maybe a bit crazy because I didn't even bother to check the bushes because Aurora could still be here. But in my mind, I assumed like she probably recalled after this, or right, she went away, recalled, and she's coming back. And this is why I'm not staying to hit the turret. If I look at the map, my teammates, 4 of them are top lane, top side. I have no vision here. Like the last time I hit turret, I had the ward in tribush here. Now I don't. And yeah, I could go place a ward here and maybe go hit the turret again. But that time probably is too late. They're already here. But at the same time, I mean, like, I have so much gold. I should maybe spend gold and try to maybe go mid or do something. Or, right? Maybe not go mid. Maybe, you know, you say there's still a turret. You want to get a turret. But, I mean, if you can go mid as Jinx, it's pretty good to do so. Because, you know, like you want to be mid more often. But in this case, I mean, you know, there's nobody bot. So I'm thinking maybe I could go bot. Here, Yoring, if you can see here, this is what's so cool about League of Legends. Yorick wanted to go bot right now. He was kind of looking for it. But then, you know, like Aurora here, they're probably going to try something. So me covering bot lane here is fine. I do it just because like nobody's bot. But at the same time, right, I blue ward here because I don't want to get dived. I know about this threat. I'm 1 versus 2. Gotta be really careful when I'm 1 versus 2. You don't want to get dived. It's horrible. So I play Chambers to create some distance, maybe hit them like this. But then I realize, yeah, I mean, I'm not really, you know, I can't really defend this turret. So I decide to back off. But I back off a bit too late. And now I'm in this situation where any finger is on the R button right now. And she's looking for it. And Tristana jumps on me. Yeah, I have Shaco close. But I'm still gonna die. So now, look at what I do. Look what I do. Oh, flash. Don't kill me. Right, so yeah, I realize I messed up. I'm too close. I flash before she stuns. Because if I'm stunned, I'm dead. It's bad. You don't want that. And now my teammates are here. We push the wave. Looks like we do get a nice engage on the Annie. Throw an ultimate, because throwing ultimates is fun. And then something crazy happens here, I think. Oh yes, something very crazy happens. Remember what I did with the first lantern in this game? Where I took lantern and went between the enemies? Yeah, here I did it again, except there's no lantern. There's just my passive making me do crazy things and getting, you know, passive IRL as well. So here, if I'm a bit smarter, I know that this turret dies in like 5 hits. And we get a turret, or maybe not 5 or whatever amount of hits. We get a turret, and then we can kill this, and then whoever else is here, they die as well, because there's no turret and we have more numbers. But because I don't hit a turret, and I tunnel vision on the kill, the turret kills me. 2 tower shots is my entire HP bar. So, and the turret still dies. But imagine I hit the turret, then we kill Tristana, Thresh dies anyway, who cares? Poor Thresh. But then we kill Rek'Sai as well, and don't die. Much better. So yeah, always when it comes to diving and there's a turret low HP, take the turret first. Trust. Just take that turret. Especially because there's no plates right now. Just take the turret and then go do something else. So yeah, that was the laning phase. It was very long laning phase. Usually laning phases are maybe 14 minutes maximum, if that. Here it was like 18 minutes and a half. And then we decide, hey, it's time to go mid game. I think I'm gonna cover the mid game as well. Maybe not for every game, but I think this mid game will just show how I, you know, the flow of my game. I just go mid, I push the wave, then look in the map. If I go mid right now, there's every enemy alive. My Zoe is dead. I could get flanked. I could get destroyed by multiple people. I'm only with my boy Thresh. That's not enough. So I decide, you know what? Yeah, I'll maybe try to go on Tristana here with my boy Thresh. That's better than going mid, right? Maybe get a kill here. And Tristana here is making a mistake, by the way. Tristana should not be bot catching this wave here. She should have gotten the wave from here and then go mid to catch the wave I just pushed. That's what Tristana should have done. And now their Aurora that just respawned will go bot lane. But now Tristana is bot, Aurora will go mid, and because of it, Tristana dies. Right now, spoiler alert. All I have to do is here is just walk up, go place my choppers, whatever, and just go hit her. And maybe I went too early, Thresh went around, wasn't bad. It doesn't matter. We're 2v1, we win. That's basically it. And we punish the Tristana going bot lane. You'd never really want to do that as an ADC. Okay. Here I take the wave and look immediately. There is this wave bot lane still. That honestly in this position, if I, let's say, see Aurora mid, I could definitely maybe take the wave. I think that's an okay thing to do. But still, I mean, going mid lane with my team is just so much nicer. It's just so nice to just play with your teammates, not play alone. Look, there's, you know, we have a number of artists. Tristana dead, Jace is dead now as well. So maybe Aurora was bot, right? So if I went bot, I would have died. There's still that possibility. You go bot, you can get killed by the mid laner. So instead, look, I'm playing with my boys here, my teammates, and we get a hook, and then we kill Annie. And if I stayed bot, best case, I get a wave. Worst case, I die. And here, if I go mid, I get a kill and a turret. I think that's better. It's probably better. And also another kill. Wow. Another kill on Rek'Sai. And then half a wave. And oh my god. I think that's better. You know why? Because if you play with teammates, you just win. And then something, a little crazy fight happens, the hook lands, amazing. And then, I don't think this is as important, but I get passive IRL again. I take a big tower shot, and then my passive expires in game, but IRL I still have it. I'm going straight into their abilities, and I'm dying like an idiot. And look at my face. I'm angry. So yeah, I got Jinx passive IRL. That happens from time to time, but doesn't matter. We still, even if I die here, we still made profit. So that's what's important. And then we talk about this moment where there's a mid wave, but there's also a crazy, crazy little fight happening here. Actually, there's no fight. That guy's dead already. And the mid wave, well, Zoe is getting it before I go there. So instead, hey, JC stop, I decided to just maybe attack on. Take the wave first, then attack on. All good. And I think the game now is kind of over. You know, we just group. We keep getting those mid waves. We pressure the mid lane with my team. And he does the little funny little thingy. So let's talk about this fight, actually. We could learn something from this fight. Here I decide not to get Jinx passive viral and hit them between people. I shouldn't do that, so I back off. A hook lands, and watch this. This is very important. I throw chompers here, so I can hit Jace without fearing disengage from their side. From these three guys, Annie and Rex side, they can't go on me anymore because of the chompers, which is massive, right? Unless, of course, Annie flashes. You know, if she doesn't have flash, or she flashes maybe slightly too late, chompers catch her, and she can't do anything. But even though she flashes the chompers and T-bars, I mean, look at Rek'Sai here. Like, AFK, how do you go? You know, if you go under the ground, underneath the chompers, they still root you, because it's a 2D game, the league is not 3D. So that's what happens. You just can't do anything. Any flash ults, who cares? I have my teammates. And she dies like an idiot. Because the chompers are OP if you use them properly in fights to split the enemies. It's crazy. You use chompers as like a frontliner, and it's just massive. And then I think it's just, yeah, cool. We did it! Yeah, so hopefully you learned something out of this, and I plan to do more of these videos where I just talk about all my games, my mistakes, what I did right, what I did wrong, and we learn something about the matchup. So in this matchup, I just decided to chill. Thresh was roaming, I was chilling. That was my big thing I did this game. I won because I did that. If I try to do anything and just fight them and trade constantly, I would just die, and then my teammates can't play bot, and it's just, you know, it would be horrible. Maybe we just lose the game because of me. So yeah, take care everyone. See you next time.